It's a crazy world we living in, huh? So I had this cousin, right? He was very, very, very talented. Very cool. Had a lot of friends. Very good at sports. But he wasn't accepted. He was always beat. He was always going through some sort of mental or emotional abuse. They didn't believe in him. The family didn't believe in him at all. The more he grew up, he started not to believe in himself, to a point where he became a gangster. And we realized that it was a detriment for the family, so we just disowned him even more. Not myself, but I'm saying as a whole, like the family didn't like the fact that he was doing a lot of chaos in the streets and all that. And then, like once he hit like 23 years old, he got shot and killed. But at the funeral, the family was like, oh, he was such a good kid. He was just misjudged. He was always good. He was always a nice kid or whatever. He always cared for the family. Where was that energy when he was out here? That wasn't no type of respect when it came to him being out into society. You were saying something totally different. But we have to wait until somebody died to give them their flowers. And that goes back to how I feel. How people looked at me as slow when I was a kid. And of course they have their reasons. I used to pee in the bed back when until I was 13 years old. Like I barely showered. I mean, I'm just being honest right now. I couldn't read until I was like 16 years old. I was like actually pretty stupid. It is what it is. But instead of helping me, instead of trying to figure out what was wrong with me, I got deemed as slow. It's like people would rather judge them right away instead of investigate, because it's a lot easier just to categorize them based off of what they see instead of what's going on in the background. But let's put this into perspective right here. I kind of stuttered a little bit. I did have a speech impediment too, so let's just say that. You know, one of the number one signs of molestation? Peeing in the bed. Staying in the corners. Stagnating your brain or whatever, like anxiety, depression. And let me tell you the whole peeing in the bed situation. Have you ever seen an animal that's under attack spray some sort of pheromones to scare the other people off? The animals or the humans, the hunters, they spray this pheromone just to let the smell just push them away, basically. That's the same thing a human body would do when they feel like their body is under attack. They will let out pheromones. What is our pheromones? Pee, feces, whatever the situation is. So when you see a kid that's peeing in the bed damn near every day, don't beat them. Don't discipline them right away. Because it might be a deeper sign that they may be going through molestation. And what happens is, you have to understand what the brain does, because the hippocampus and the amygdala have a lot to do with it. It's like a fear thing. So whenever you go through some sort of sexual misfortune, the hormones in your body is trying to keep up with what's going on with the physical situation and all that, to a point where it's like releasing a lot of hormones that don't even supposed to be released in the first place. So now your body's trying to catch up with the hormones that's being released. Now it's going to come to your point where your body is out of whack. So now you're going to release these pheromones, which will be urine, because it's not used to this type of tactic. Now it's going to turn to some for the form of fear. So let's not make fun of somebody when they're depressed. Let's not make fun of somebody when they're peeing in the bed, or they can't read, or they can't function correctly like the average human can these days. You have to investigate. You have to figure out what's going on with it. Matter of fact, they shouldn't be punished at all. Because you're peeing in the bed, you should be punished. Because you can't read, you should be punished. You should be made fun of. No, these are the dumbest reasons to make fun of or punish people. Because depression deserves the opposite. Anxiety deserves the opposite. And all the stuff that we go through as black people, we should have learned that by now. But it's easier to teach somebody how to fear instead of investigating the situation. It's like a lot more work when you have to talk to them, right? But I'm saying this because I've noticed that there's a lot of intelligent children today. A lot of intelligent children that's growing up to be worse and worse. I've seen one of the people that I used to know way back in the day. She was very, very, very intelligent. Like incredibly intelligent. They just found her body chopped up in the dumpster. And I don't want to say exactly where it was at because a lot of people probably know where the situation was. But her body was chopped up in the dumpster. And this lady was very, very, very intelligent. But she turned into a hooker because that's what she'd been taught. Her mother was beating her at age 7 because she kissed a little boy the same age as her. Beat her at age 7 for kissing the little boy. But mind you, the mother was a hoe. Mind you, the mother had men and women going back and forth inside the house. The mother boyfriend groomed her. But at the moment she act on that grooming, that's when she get punished. So look at how the person that was very intelligent was taught. Like I said, she very smart. Very funny actually. But she was criticized for doing the wrong thing to a point where it became who she was. She was mischievous. She was rebellious. And that rebellious made her into the person that her mother was. The only thing is she didn't make it. Now the mother's like, oh, I lost my baby. You killed her. That's why. You killed her drive. You killed her goals. You took that man's side after he did what he did to her. You didn't give her a shot because she was a child and you didn't know how to deal with it. You didn't know how to deal with another person that was just like you. That's what fear is. Fear is not knowing. If you don't know yourself, you're not going to look at another image of you, right? You'll be scared of it. To a point where you're going to misjudge it. To the point where you want to beat it out of it. So these days, there's a lot of intelligent kids that don't see that way out because their parents wasn't intelligent enough to embrace it. They rather just complain about it. They rather just beat it out of them. They rather just teach them fear. Instead of the children teaching the parents are teaching the kids how to not do the stuff that they didn't know in the first place. It's weird, ain't it? Why are we getting punished so much, man? For being different? Why can't we talk? Why can't we listen to each other? Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, hormonally, just listen to each other, because we have a bunch of signs that we're teaching that we're going through depression, we're going through anxiety, we're showing our happiness. We can see We can see somebody that's happy just by looking at the eyes, how it wrinkles up when they smile. That's a genuine happy person. That's the sign of a happy person. But if you see a sad person or an angry person, you can see the creases in their forehead. Everything is showing signs of communication. Why don't we utilize it? Everything that's going on in somebody's life, they're showing some form of communication, whether it's hand gestures, whether it's the tone of voice, whether it's the posture. You can tell who's the leader by like showing how their posture is itself. But we don't talk about that. We don't listen to it. We don't acknowledge it at all. We just know what we know, and if you know more, we're gonna beat it out of you to a point where you don't want to let it out. Be like us. If not, then you'll be like nobody because you'll be dead. But we will be talking good about you when you're in your casket. That's the least we got for you, right? But anyway, man, I just think we need to start paying attention to people in society, especially black people in society, because we don't have a say-so in anything, especially our children. To a point we're lashing out in a whole different way.